Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Two Guys from Work podcast.
Podcast.
Uh, this is our pilot episode.
Yeah.
Very, very newly created. Um, my name is John Cilia. My co host is Jonathan Riddick. Uh, as you can see down in the corners, we have our initials, JC and JR. Representing how we are referred to at work. Considering that, on any given day, somebody says John, guess who's looking to see who they're talking to?
Both of
Both
us.
of us. And not only that, but our workstations are right next to each other. So it gets very confusing very fast. Exactly. Sorry, got something in my eye. All right, there we go. So, pretty much, give you guys some background dealing with how this podcast came to be. Me and JR were talking a couple weeks ago. I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, what do you think about starting a podcast? Starting out with just football talk. And going from there. Uh, Later on down the line, talking, get some baseball in there, some football, or already doing football, but
Right.
basketball, hockey, just different sports, whatever topic we want to, we feel like talking about at that given time.
Especially like on the off seasons and stuff like that. We're gonna try to hit, majority. I think baseball season in around that time, so we'll probably do a lot of that.
Yep.
By JC being a huge Orioles fan and myself as Atlanta Braves, so we'll be touching base on everything.
Yeah, definitely. So, and if you're into hockey, JR is a big Florida Panther fan.
Baby. Go Cats.
So that man, he's off his rocker when it comes to Florida sports teams. Let me just tell you.
There you go. Besides baseball.
Yeah. Besides baseball, that's the only one that he's like, oh, forget Florida, I'm going Georgia. So
I'm not even from Florida. That's the crazy part.
Right. So anyway, we decided to start this up, every now and then we may change it up a little bit and, have an episode where it has nothing to do with sports.
Yeah.
It just all depends on the subject, matter that we want to talk about, in the future, whatever guests that we have, based on their background, we may be strictly sports. It may have something to do with sports, but also outside of sports. We'll just see,
right.
This, this gives a preview for what's to come, with this podcast, what you can expect. So with that being said,
one thing too we forgot, let your friends and family know, like and subscribe, of course, comment, different ways you can get in contact with us. Right now we just have Instagram page going on right now, so between here and Instagram for right now, and we're gonna try to further it out with like TikTok and the Twitches and stuff like that, or maybe X with Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So
right. Yeah, exactly. So, and I know there's other social media platforms out there that, that people jump into. So, so we can always, we'll eventually venture out into those different ones. Yep, exactly. So, and also, guys, just so you know, we once with this being just our first episode, and we do have more to come, like JR said, like, subscribe, the more subscribers we get, and you can on our YouTube channel. Eventually we'll be able to go live on there. Be able to interact with with our viewers a lot more and
Right.
a lot easier as well. So, but with that being said, let's get a little bit of background with the Dolphin man himself. So,
The
Mr.
one and only.
JR, what? How long have you been a Dolphins fan? What led you to the Dolphins? Considering that you have no roots tying you to the state of Florida, much less South Florida.
Right, South Beach. I want to say it started back in like '99. Well, before then, I was a huge Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, and just watching the game of football and following one particular guy, Ricky Williams. I used to play football back in high school, so I used to try to imitate everything he does. So it was like, as I was looking at him more, I was falling in love with the team, and like in 1999, it just took off from there. I'm from Virginia, so like most of the people there, they like Cowboys, Commanders, Steelers, Eagles, and stuff like that. And I was just the oddball, and I just stuck with them. I mean, back in those days, I mean, we was good, but we weren't good. But then we had some seasons we only won one game, so it was one of those things, man. I just loved the team at that point. Learned a lot about them. Now it's just like, as you can see, like look in the background, like I'm like head over heels for them. Like everything I do is like Miami Dolphins, like so. It's been a long journey, but good. I've been to South Beach, I say about 6 times, I want to say. But,
Okay.
Other than that, man, I love the Dolphins, man.
Yeah.
What about yourself, JC? With you and your Commanders, like, how did it start up with you?
Yeah, so with me, I was born and raised in the DMV area. I was actually born in Arlington, Virginia, but I grew up in.
Oh, wait,
And,
stop it. You was born in Virginia?
I was born in Virginia.
So you've been a Virginian this whole time, and I'm just now finding it out?
Yeah, I mean, look,
okay.
Northern.
That's why we here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Look. Now,
day.
yeah. We need to change them colors in the background on yours.
Oh no, these colors look good.
Be all right.
These colors look good back here.
Yeah.
I see it's dark and
looks like
over there. So
Hey, look. You know what? That's how it's going to be in Green Bay tonight. I'm just telling you for all them cheeseheads.
Hey, look, we got what 40 minutes, 30 minutes. We're gonna see about that. We're gonna see all about that.
Yes, sir.
But
yes, sir. Oh, we definitely gonna see. But anyway, so I grew up I actually grew up in Maryland. In Clinton, down in Prince George's County, or as a lot of us like to call it, PG County. Anybody who's grown up in Prince George's County calls it PG County.
PG County.
Yes, sir. And so anyway, my family's always been Redskins fans, Commanders fans, and I finally started really watching them. I want to say maybe 92, 93 when I really started getting into the game of football. And of course, I missed the window of the heyday.
Yeah.
Back when we had our last Super Bowl, but it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, and JD5 we trust. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yes, sir.
With you liking the Commanders, when did it take off as you being like a super fan? Like super fan meaning as in like buying more gear, trying to go to more games, trying to learn more about the team. Like what made you go over and beyond to try to like know more about that team?
Well, I tell you, man, I want to say it might have been when towards the end of high school. When I really started getting into it.
Yeah.
But I really the fandom really took off after I got out of high school.
Okay.
When I was able to, be able to go to games.
Right.
There was a year where I was going to every home game.
So
Which
basically, you had like
was,
season tickets. Like, did you buy season tickets, or you just? Okay.
So my dad actually had season tickets. I want to say it was either for 1 or 2 years. I want to say it was two. So we were able to go to every home game. And if he wasn't able to go, then I'd end up, taking somebody else.
Right. Right.
But that was an experience there, and I think ever since then, it really, it just really took off from there.
Right.
I mean, there were several years there, towards the end of the previous ownership era, where I mean, I had, my fandom was still there. It's always been there.
Yeah.
But I want to say the excitement, the energy that went into my fandom
Yeah.
wasn't nearly at the level that it was.
Gotcha.
I want to say it'd been like that for the last nine years or so, maybe longer, maybe
So
10.
basically, what you're saying is safe to say that each year you start learning more about the Commanders, you get a little bit more and more of like attached to them.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. And let me tell you, just last year was the first time. I don't know if my daughter ever truly saw the true fan side of me
Yeah.
up until last year, but I know
last year
for
was
a
the
fact.
year.
Yeah, I know for a fact though. That was the first time that my son really saw, the real fan come out.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
last year. And I mean, look, it'd been years since I've been rowdy in my living room, and last year, with us making it to the NFC Championship game, and how successful we were in the first year with Dan Quinn and with Jaden Daniels and
Yeah.
them. The first real season under the Josh Harris ownership. It was a breath of fresh air, man. I couldn't wait for game day. Couldn't wait.
Right.
And as the season went on, it was growing that much more. To where the excitement is back.
So imagine being with a team, right, and haven't won a playoff game in like 26 years. Myself, how would you feel being in my shoes? Like, just taking on
look,
what the organization done, and we went through like 8 different coaches, 6 different quarterbacks, and I'm sure I know for a fact you guys dealt with the same thing. So it's like, how does that feel going through that, and how would you feel with your team, not winning a playoff game in 25 years, 26 years?
It's torture.
It is.
Yeah,
it really is.
To be completely honest, I mean, it is real torture. You figure, we made it to the playoffs, and back in the late '90s, when Dan Snyder first bought the team from the Cook family.
Yeah.
But after that, we didn't make it back until 2000. I want to say it was 2005. We made. Don't quote me on it. We might have made it in 2004, but I know for sure, it was 2005, 2006.
Was it like
it
first
was
round exit or what?
No. So actually, we did win a playoff game. One of those times, and that was back when Joe Gibbs made his return to coaching. And that was the first time that we had made the playoffs since Norv Turner was our head coach.
Oh wow!
And then after that, we didn't make the playoffs again until Jay Gruden was our head coach. But no, not Jay Gruden. We did make it with under Mike Shanahan when we had RG3 and back in 2012.
Right.
But as everybody knows, we lost that first game. We were one and done because RG3 officially got the nickname RG Neat because he let his ego get in the way of the team. But then after that, Jay Gruden got us there a couple times. But after that, we really couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Ron Rivera came in. That was right in the transition from when he got hired, we were still the Redskins. A couple months later, we're the Washington football team. We didn't have a name. You know what I mean?
We had three different names in 1 year.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was 3 different names in 3 years. Because we went from the Redskins in early 2020 to the Washington football team.
Yeah.
And we had that name from 2021 or 2020 and the 2021 season. And then, and of course, the 2020 season, we made the playoffs.
Right.
Barely, but we still made it. And defeated, almost defeated, I should say, with Taylor Heineke as our quarterback.
Yeah.
We were one play away from knocking off the eventual Super Bowl champions of that season, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady.
Yep. I remember that.
But and then we officially became the Washington Commanders in February 2022. It had been a struggle, all through that. And then once the team finally got sold to Josh Harris, he was making an immediate impact on the organization. Yeah, there's only so much he could have done as far as putting his fingerprints on the team itself. By the time the sale went through, because when it officially went through, it was the day before training camp started, so he really didn't have any time. But then last year really showed, when he was able to get in there, bring his own people in.
Hey, but ain't there rumors with you guys trying to bring back the Redskins name or something like that? Like,
so there's a lot of a lot of fans that want that name back. A lot of people that want that name back.
I guess it's the logo,
including and I think a lot of it has to do with the logo right here.
Yeah,
right here. The it's the historical logo of the franchise. But the name's not going to come back. I mean, let's just be realistic about it.
You never know. Never say never. You never know.
I mean that is true. That is true. I'd be very surprised if it did come back. I know that this year they some things as far as bringing the Super Bowl era uniforms back for 3 games as alternates. So that'll be nice, and that's starting with the Seattle game. And November 2nd, it's Sunday Night Football. So that game, the Denver game, which is also Sunday Night Football, and then then when they play the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas. So, or as I like to, as I love to call them, the Dallas Cowgirls, because they ain't boys, they a bunch of girls. So
I remember, like, back in the day, like that was like a big deal. I think you guys played each other like Thanksgiving or something like that, like every Thanksgiving. The Cowboys and
for the longest time, man, we'd either play every Thanksgiving or right around that time.
Right.
you know.
With my family,
And,
man, that was like a big deal because like half was like Commanders fans and the other half was like
right,
Cowboys. So like they used to like crash. Like it was so crazy. Like just seeing
yeah,
that, it was like that was cool, man. It
yeah,
was pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. It was, it's always a fun time when they play on Thanksgiving. That's just
Yeah.
like, it's just like, man, there ain't nothing more perfect for Thanksgiving Day
Then watching
than
that.
than Cowboy Redskins games. You know what I mean?
Right,
You know,
right.
that old compared to the Wild Wild West, all them West,
Yeah.
you know, Cowboys and Indians.
Right, right,
So
right, right.
even though we're the Commanders now, it's still Cowboys and Indians at the end of the day.
Right, right, right.
It's just we
Um,
command it different.
right, right, right. We're gonna switch gears.
Sure.
I guess we can start with the top of the week. I mean, we can speed through it because it's Thursday night and it's Thursday night football. And we
Yep.
got you guys in the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna get your take on that a little bit at the end, but we're gonna go the beginning of the
Yeah.
week and get some of the games out. We're not gonna do all of them, but we're just gonna do just a few, like some of the good games, and then I guess talk about my trash Dolphins, and then we can switch gears
Oh,
and
we
go into the
definitely got
game
to talk
tonight.
about your trash talk.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
nothing to
got to
talk
talk.
about. Hey, look, it's gonna be real quick, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Tua sucks. There you go.
That's it. Hey, look, if we done with that segment, that's it.
Hey, what
Now
about
let's talk about.
before we get into that though? What's going on with your boy Tyreek, man? Back in the news again.
He can't stay out of trouble, man. And that's like one of the reasons why I want to trade him. We already got so much on us already, and like him doing what he do at home is just like it's putting more like on us as a team, as an organization. So it's just like we need to trade
Right.
him. I
More
heard
of a
rumors that he was supposed to be, huh?
yeah, more of a distraction.
Right, exactly. So it's one of those things, man. Like we just need to get rid of him. Just clean house and starting with him, then Tua next, Mike McDaniel, and so on, whatever. But yeah, man, it's nothing to talk about there. It's bad, real bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
But
Yep. No,
going to the games, obviously we know what game stuck out the most. We're gonna leave that. We're gonna do 3 games. How about it? We're gonna do 3 games. Leave
all
that
right.
game for the last one. But the first game, we're gonna get out the way. Let's go to. Let's do the Steelers and Jets. What you think about
Steelers.
that game? Steelers and Jets. What you think about that?
Ooh, man, tell you what, man. Yeah, it was the Aaron Rodgers revenge game. Is what that was.
It was.
Uh,
It was. It really was.
yeah, the Jets played them tough though. Yeah, played them tough. They almost beat them.
That defense, man. I hate the Jets. I hate the Jets. So it's one of
Yeah,
them things, man. Like you got to give
they,
credit where credit is due, and their
yeah,
defense, man, is top notch. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, the Jets have been terrible for so long.
Yes.
Um, and what Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers were able to do on Sunday, and really what the Jets were able to do on Sunday is what Aaron Rodgers wanted to do the
Should
last two
with
years
them.
that he was.
Right. Right.
I mean,
Right.
now, of course, he got hurt 5 plays into his first season,
Right.
and it was done. But then last year they just couldn't get started.
Right. Right. And I think their issue was like us injuries, the coaching, because they fired Salah like the 5th game. I want to say
Yeah,
it was like
I want to
after
say
that
it.
Minnesota. It was like after that Minnesota game they played that year. I want to say they fired him after that. So
Right.
maybe
Yeah, it
like it
was
was like
the fifth
1-5 or
game.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah, and then and they thought, oh, the coaching changed mid-season, having Aaron
Right,
Rodgers boy take over as a head coach, and you saw what happened.
right,
Nothing
right,
changed.
right.
Nothing changed. You know, but they went out. They got a new head coach, and was it Aaron Glenn? I believe is his
Yeah,
name.
yeah, Aaron Glenn. Yeah, Aaron Glenn. Oh,
And
he
I
from
mean,
Detroit Lions.
yeah. I think he was a defensive coordinator, correct?
Right,
from
right, right.
Detroit. Yeah. So, he came in and, it looks like as of right now, like definitely a breath of fresh air. He brought the confidence back into the building. Even though they lost, they were right there until the end.
They was sticking with them to the end. Yeah. Next game, Chiefs and Chargers. What you think about that?
Chiefs and Chargers. I tell you what,
Yeah.
man. With the Chiefs not having Rasheed Rice because of the suspension,
Right.
and then
Xavier Worthy
them,
getting hurt.
yeah, hoping for a huge game plan and leaning on Xavier Worthy, so heavily going into that game, and
Right,
then him
right,
early on in the first quarter, that definitely messed them up.
right, right,
Rest of the game they were, because at that point they really couldn't get anything going.
right, right,
I mean, the Chargers were pretty much leading that game the entire time.
right,
And then towards in the fourth quarter when the Chiefs were trying to make that comeback, you know, Chargers were like, we closing the gate on you,
right, right,
and get that ball back in Justin Herbert's hands, and he put the dagger in the coffin.
right, right, right.
Yep.
Um, Going through here fast. What do you think about the Chargers and hold on one second, I'm sorry. What game we just do right now? I'm sorry.
Just did the Chargers.
The Chargers, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about Pat Mahomes? What do you think about his play? Like his play was to me, I feel like his play was okay, but it wasn't the Pat Mahomes that we usually see.
Right.
But he did have some moments that he showed himself, like
Oh
So
yeah.
it's one of those things
Yeah.
like I guess I got to see one more game to see like where the team is. If he start off like he did this game, I feel like they're gonna be a long season for them. But right now, right now they like the bottom of their division. So it's one of them things like But I mean, the Chiefs going Chiefs. So right now it look bad until they get down to December and January, and then they start winning games. So
right. Yep. And I mean, the thing is that even when we think that Pat Mahomes has lost a step, or he's the league is catching up to him. It seems like within the first couple weeks, man, after that, he all of a sudden he turns into the Pat Mahomes of old, and
right,
finds a way to win. It may be ugly, but he finds a way to win and gets Kansas City right back to the playoffs, and
every year,
every year, and somehow makes it to the Super Bowl. If it's not every year, it's every other year.
And being for the teams that we like, you got your franchise quarterback, but me, I'm still looking, and it's like that's not get sickening, man. Like it's just like we crave that, like you get what I'm saying, and it's just like for somebody just to like a team like that, an organization to have a guy like that, like the Lamar Jacksons, the Josh Allens, Burrow. I don't like Burrow, but like Burrow, like to have a guy like that, that can that's phenomenal. Like, you know what I mean? And even like you used to seeing him being like the hero, and he digressed a little bit. It's kind of weird to like say he's not the it factor no more. Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
Right. Yes.
And
I'm and I will say, especially being a fan of an organization that didn't have a franchise quarterback for so long,
right.
It's tough.
It
really
is.
It is tough. But when you have I'll give you a prime example is if you can get the right players in place, even if you don't have franchise quarterback.
Right.
Perfect example was Terry McLaurin.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that he had that holdout, then it turned into a hold in during training camp,
To the training camp. Yeah.
preseason, but at the end of the day, they got him signed. You know,
Right. Right.
the thing is like when he started his career, we were nowhere near having a franchise quarterback.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and if my math is correct, you know, he's gone through 11 different quarterbacks in his career with us,
Wow.
with the Commanders.
That's
He
crazy.
has gone through 11
11.
different quarterbacks. That's if my math is correct. You know, maybe plus or minus, you know,
Right.
one or two,
But it's up there. You know, it's up there for
but
sure.
it's up there. It's up
Yeah.
there. And every season, he has been able to get at least 1,000 receiving yards every season that he's been in the league. So
That's
it doesn't
wild.
even matter who you put behind the line.
He gonna get his yards regardless.
He's going to get his yards.
Right.
You know, he's one of those guys of you put it up in the air, I'm going to go get it.
Right. Right. And
Yep.
another good addition you guys got was Debo.
Oh, man. Debo was probably the
It couldn't have got
signing
no better than that.
of the offseason, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even though we turned around and beefed up our offensive line, our defensive line, you
Right.
know, with getting Kinlaw for the defense, you know, adding Von Miller as
Right.
that edge, you know, the edge rusher. Even though he's, you know, he's up there, he only has a couple years left, but the man can still run.
Right.
You know, and then you know, getting Tunsil for the offensive line, and then you know, getting our rookie, Josh Connerly Jr. You
Right.
know, who never played on the right side of the line, mind you, at all, at all. And his very first professional football game, they line him up at right guard.
Right guard.
You know, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
We don't get no better than that. Yeah, we don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving along because it's getting a little late. I know the game started at 8, but Bills and Ravens. What do you think
Bills
about
and
that?
Ravens. What a collapse! What a collapse! I
But
mean, the
as in
Ravens were
like
all,
okay, all right, okay, all right, okay.
you know what I mean? What a collapse! The Ravens were up. They had that game in their hands, and to
Right.
give it up, and not just to give it up, but to give it up in the last 4 minutes of the
Right.
way they, you know, and then
And to be on top the whole game.
yes,
That's the issue.
yeah,
The whole game. And one
yeah,
mistake. That's all it took, you know?
yeah, yeah, one mistake, but you know, coaching has a lot to do with it. You know, I know they say, oh, you know, coaches can call the players, can call the plays, but the players have to execute.
There you go. Yeah.
And that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Ravens have been known since Lamar Jackson took over as quarterback. They have been known to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
Even if they should have punted, even if they should have kicked the field.
Right.
They are known for going on fourth down because Lamar's like, I got it.
Right.
Even when they don't have it, and they don't have a chance to tell again.
Right.
Yeah, and then Sunday night, they punt the ball away, Buffalo scores. Derrick Henry fumbles, Buffalo scores. You know, and game over.
And that's all
You
it
know?
takes with Josh Allen, man. Like again, they in the division. I don't like them either, but it's like you have zero error for mistakes with that guy, man. Like
Yeah.
whatever you make a mistake on, he gonna capitalize off of it. And it goes back to what I said earlier. Like, he's that guy. Like, you know, he has that it factor. You know, when it matters the most, that's when he shows up. Just like Mahomes and Lamar, like I was saying earlier. Like, those guys, man, they're just so elite. You know what I mean? And it's just like you can't zero error from mistakes. You know.
Exactly. And I think that's the difference between Josh Allen and Lamar. Josh Allen's going to make fewer mistakes than Lamar. You know.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong. Josh Allen have his moments, because like back in the I can say back in the day, but like a year or two ago, he was like a interception machine. Like, he would throw interceptions like crazy.
Right.
Fumble sometimes too, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I guess
But
he tried
you
to be a
also
better
noticed,
pocket
though,
passer.
a couple years ago when he was throwing all those interceptions, he was having to run the ball a lot more by himself also, because they really didn't
True.
have a running unless he ran.
And that's another thing too. Like, you don't have to have much around him to make him great. Like, majority of the guys that he got around him now is like a bunch of no names. I mean, they're guys that's okay, but it's not like we have Tyreek Hill and Waddle, like the big names. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, I guess it's why you pay him the big bucks. I guess, you know.
Right. You know, but you know what? You know, it at the end of the day, you know, the elite quarterbacks can make the average players look like
Look
stars.
good. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they can make them look good.
Yeah.
And make them look a whole lot better than what they really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I tell you, you know, I really, you know, I kind of like Buffalo's chances this year, to be honest. You know, as far as, you know, I think they're going to win the, I think they're going to win the division again. And, you know, they've been, you know, they've gotten so close to making it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then losing. And it's always been against the Kansas City Chiefs.
You know?
Yeah. So I think, you know, I hope if they face off against each other again in the playoffs this year, Buffalo wins that game. You heard it here first.
I had to predict right now, Super Bowl. Of course, I'm gonna go number one is the Ravens. I feel like they're the best team in football right now. Like, even though they lost, but it was on a loss of them. It wasn't like Buffalo was beating them. It was their own mistakes. You know, they capitalized off of that.
They imploded on themselves.
Right. If I had to go NFC, I'm gonna have to go with you guys or Detroit. Even though Detroit lost bad too this week, but I like both teams. You know, I'm not gonna see the E word. I'm not gonna see the E word. You know.
Yeah, no. That word. Oh, that's a special kind of word.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that word, but I'm gonna go with
that's
you guys.
That's a special word for a special person. We'll just leave it at.
Right.
We'll leave it at that. But yeah, man. You know, I can kind of see like a rematch of a Bills Redskins Super Bowl. You know, or in this case, it would be Bills Commanders. You know,
right.
Yeah, would I love to see it be Ravens Commanders? Oh, heck yeah! You know what I mean?
That'd be nice for the city, you know, for the states.
You know what I mean? With us being so close.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What's Super Bowl this year anyway?
I want to say it's in San Francisco this year.
San Francisco?
I want to say it's in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I could definitely you know, see that.
Yeah.
Now I think the Lions are going to make some noise too. Yeah, they pretty much brought back all their same pieces. They just got different coordinators, you know, and but again, goes back to coaching. You know, are those coordinators that they have now is the offensive coordinator going to be able to control that offense, all that offense, just as good as Ben Johnson did?
Right.
You know,
Right.
with defense with Aaron Glenn.
Right.
It's will they or won't they?
Right. Right.
But if they can
Well,
stay healthy, I think they're going to make some noise.
well, for sure, I'm going with you guys or Detroit or and the Ravens for the AFC for Super Bowl. I know it's kind of early to predict, but right now you guys look good to me. So
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else you want to touch on? I know it's a little late. You know, hate to do it.
No, I mean, I guess we could do a quick preview of tonight's game.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not even going.
Before it gets started here.
I'm about to say I'm not even going to ask you who's going to win because I already know the answer to that.
Oh yeah, you already know the answer to that one.
Right.
It's right here. I've been ready all day for this. All day.
Hey, best
Actually,
believe.
dude, I've been pumped since yesterday. Come on now.
Hey, best believe. If you guys lose, you're gonna hear from Rob.
Oh, I already know. But I'm also letting you know this now. If we win tomorrow morning,
he better call out.
Look, he doesn't even have to call out. Look, I'm coming in with the glass breaking, Stone Cold style.
Hey, look, you might sit it in the group chat tonight.
Hey, you already know. I'll turn around and fire something off tonight in there.
Yeah.
Come in with the Stone Cold entrance in the morning.
Right.
Exactly. Glass breaking everything.
But yeah, all right. So for tonight, give me a score prediction and tell me why you think you guys gonna win.
I think tonight's game, I'm gonna say that I think it's gonna be close. I'm gonna say 30 to 24. 30 to 24. I think it's gonna be, it'd be a little high scoring, but
right.
Yeah, but I think we can handle it. Last week, when we played the Giants, look, Giants weren't nearly as good as everybody was hyping them up to be.
Right.
Yeah, we ripped their butts up. So we really exposed how bad they really. At least with Russell Wilson behind them.
Right.
But I think this week, going against the Packers at Lambeau, just the history behind it, just that loyal fan base up there, they're going to be rowdy. They're going to be
rowdy. They're going to be rowdy for sure.
Prime time. So, and, I mean, Jordan Love, I give him credit where credit's due. You know what I mean?
That's who we should have got.
He's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. They got some, he's got some weapons around him. Josh Jacobs you can't discount him at all.
Right.
I think their offense, it's going to be a little bit harder to defend. I think we'll still be able to defend them for the most part, but we're not going to be able to slow them down like we did the Giants.
Right.
And then on the offensive side of the ball, I think we have the weapons to be able to score and to score quick. With Devo, with Terry, with Austin Eckler, the rookie Bill Jacory.
I was about to ask you about him. Yeah.
So we definitely have the weapons there to make it happen. There's a couple guys on that Packers defense that we got to worry about. Obviously the most obvious one.
And I was going to say that with my projection. I was going to say this guy knows you guys' offense. So
yeah, Michael Parsons, he probably knows us better than any other player on that team.
Exactly.
but I think if we can contain him, then yeah, that is going to be a good night for
Right,
JD.
right, right.
Yeah,
We gonna
yeah. What do
see.
you think? What's your prediction on it?
Uh, I'm gonna say
Don't go cheeseheads now. We don't need Julius's head blowing
and
up.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I want you guys to win. I'm rooting for you guys, but
Mm-hmm.
deep down inside, I feel like Green Bay gonna win it. Just because of their defense, man. Their defense is so good. And like we
Right.
just mentioned, like Michael Parsons, man, like he know you guys' offense. So like it's gonna be like another situation like with us and Xavier Howard with the cornerback situation. Like, he knew Tua. So it's like, even though Jay Daniels been with you guys for 2 years, right?
Yeah, this is his second year.
This is his second year. Yeah. So even though it wasn't long, but he still played you guys twice, three times, four
Right.
times. So I mean, like if anybody on that team want to know you guys' offense, he'll be the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like it's not gonna
Yeah.
be like it's gonna be I want to say the score 30-24 or something like that. It's not gonna be bad. I'm gonna be rooting for you guys, but like I think going into Lambeau with that crowd, that defense, like you can't beat it. It's just like trying to win a game in Buffalo. Like look at the Ravens. Like they got that kind of
Yeah.
culture and that atmosphere. Like it's hard to win. Even going to the Ravens, like when you go to that stadium, the crowd is loud. And it's kind of
Right.
hard to win in that stadium unless you like that team, So
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go with the
Yeah.
cheeseheads on this, but I'm rooting for you guys. So
All
you
right.
gotta win.
Well,
Y'all
hey.
gotta win anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, look. No, we win. So I may walk in with a piece of cheese.
Eating it up.
Just to eat it as soon as I walk through the door. Be like, hey, Rob, watch this. Turn around, eat a piece of cheese. You know what I mean? Just like we're going to do tonight. Yes,
Right,
sir.
right.
Yep.
But go ahead and let
Yep.
them know, where to catch us. When we're gonna post another video and that sort of thing.
Yep. So you can find us on YouTube. Yeah, Two Guys from Work podcast. It's actually, the name on it is just Two Guys from Work with the number two. If you want to look us up, on by our handle, it's actually at DOS Guys
Spanish for
from
two.
Work.
Yeah.
So at those guys from work, and it'll take you right to our page, and then you can be able to subscribe and and watch the content that we post on there. And then you can also find us on Instagram at two guys from work. And want to say that, I believe we have the actual number two on that one as well.
It's actually number two. Yeah.
So, and it has the link to our YouTube channel on our Instagram page as well.
So you can just click it and bring you right on over.
Yep. It'll take you right to our channel with content every time we post on there, and whenever we add something onto our YouTube channel, we'll make sure we update our Instagram as well. That way,
Keeping them guys
that way,
on the
if you follow us on Instagram, you'll know it right away. If you subscribe on YouTube, you'll know as soon as we post content as well.
Yep. With that being said, I mean, hey, good luck tonight for the Commanders. You guys, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. Let your friends and family know. People at your job, church, school.
Yep.
Let everybody know.
Leave the comments. Let us know. What you think of this first video.
Right.
So I mean, we're just getting started. We're still brand new. Obviously brand new to this. I've never done podcasting before. Doing any type of live stream like that. But I know JR has has popped in on a few of his
Yeah.
favorite podcasts, and he's got a little bit more experience than I do, but but we're going, we're going to run with this channel, and we're going to see what happens. And I hope for the
Yeah.
best.
Yep. So I guess you guys turn into us, and like JC said, look at our Instagram and YouTube, and we keep you guys updated. But for now, thank you for watching.